I'm James, a knee, foot and ankle specialist, and today we're going to talk you through the best shoes for nurses. We're going to talk you through the types of cushioning, how they feel on your feet after a long day, if they're true to size fit, how wide they are in the toe box, which shoes give stability and which shoes are more of a neutral fit. So hopefully at the end of the video you'll have a good idea of what shoe might work best for you. So first of all, we'll talk about heel to toe drop. So that's the difference in the height of the shoe from the back to the front of the shoe. This is really important if you've got conditions like Achilles tendonitis or painful conditions in your forefoot like a Morton's neuroma, as the higher the heel to toe drop, it places more pressure on their forefoot. So if you're standing all day on long shifts or on your feet, you can get extra pressure on your forefoot if you've got a higher heel to toe drop. Alternatively, if you have something like an Achilles tendon pain, the higher the heel to toe drop, it shortens the Achilles and eases the pain. So with that in mind, you've got a 8mm difference in the Asics GT-2012 from the back to the front. You've got a 10mm difference in the New Balance, and you've got a 4mm difference in the Hoka Bondi 8. So super low in the Hoka Bondi and more towards the higher side in the New Balance. In terms of cushioning, we've got 3 different types of cushioning. So if you're looking for max cushioning, so super soft, feels like you're standing on a cloud, you get the super thick midsole in the Hoka Bondi 8. As you can see, it's max cushion throughout the shoe and it really feels soft and comfortable underfoot. Due to the CM EVA cushioning, it's quite long lasting, so it's not that it just feels like that for the first month while you wear it. We definitely found that it's nice and cushioned and soft for months on end despite wearing it for long periods of time throughout the day. In contrast to that, you have the New Balance 880 V13, and it has a bit more of a responsive type of cushioning, and what that means is when you apply pressure onto it, it pulses you back a bit. So if you like to get a bit more feedback as you're walking, it tends to pulse you as you move along. Still super comfortable, but not as cushioned as what you might find in the Bondi. In contrast to that, you've got a bit more responsive feedback in the Asics GT-2000 version 12. They give you a bit more of a push through as you walk, and it's got a bit more of a rocker on the forefoot, so it helps with that propulsion phase of the gait. In terms of stability, we've got 2 neutral shoes and a more stable shoe here. The neutral shoes provide a slightly different variation of stability, so there's some sidewalls on the Hoka Bondi 8, so that means that they just come up a little bit slightly at the side of the shoe. So if you've got a broader foot, you might find it a little bit uncomfortable and you might need the wider version of that, whereas this is a traditional neutral shoe, so it's completely flat in the bed of the shoe, whereas in the Asics GT-2000 what you've got is a thicker aspect on the inner part of the shoe. So historically they had a medial posting, so a bit of arch support underneath, and they've replaced that in the latest version with extra gel cushioning throughout the inner aspect of the shoe. It gives you a little bit of support, reduce the amount of movement that your foot does inward. So if you find that you pronate excessively or you've got a flatter foot that's uncomfortable at the end of the day, you might appreciate the extra bit of stability that you'd find in the GT-2000. Then in terms of fit and sizing, to be fair, all 3 of them are true to fit size. The only difference is that the Bondi 8 is a little bit snug in the toe box. They do come in a wide version, so just keep that in mind if you've got a wider forefoot, that you might find it a bit tight at the front in the normal version. New Balance are historically known for having a slightly wider toe box, so it's a bit more rounded in the toe box to accommodate different variations of forefoot types. And then the Asics is quite a classic fit. It's got a wider base underneath, and that also helps with the stability, but in turn helps with the fit, so it gives a little bit more space for your toes to splay, and the upper mesh is a little bit soft, so it allows your toes to really spread out throughout the day. So in summary, in the Hoka Bondi 8 you got a maximal cushion shoe that's neutral base, a little bit tight on the forefoot, but comes in a wider version with a 4mm drop. You've got a more stable shoe in the Asics GT-2000 that's got more stability on the inner aspect of the shoe, true to size fit, normal fit in the toe box, and an 8mm heel drop. In the New Balance you've got firmer cushioning, a neutral fit, a nice wide toe box, and some responsive cushioning. Hopefully that helps you make a decision on what shoes might work best for you during your work shift. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you're interested in Hoka, we've got a separate video on the best Hoka shoes for nursing where we give a breakdown of 3 different versions of Hoka shoes. And if you found the video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel.